So, if there are any preliminary statements from Egay or Raul, then we can proceed to your questions.
Well, I confirm, I second the statement of Correspondent Sullivan regarding the denial of an LP plot to impeach the president. Well, as you already know, 28 of the 33 liberal members of the House are with the majority. In fact, one of the deputy speakers is Deputy Speaker Kimbo, who is a member of the Liberal Party. The five of us, Correspondent Mann, Correspondent Lindsay, Congressman Bagilat, and I are with the legitimate minority. So we can safely say that as far as the liberal members of the House are concerned, both of those who are in the majority and who are with our group have not even talked about impeachment. And we all know that under the Constitution, the process of impeachment begins in the House. And I'm sure that there has not been any talk of impeachment about the liberal members of the House. Now, regarding the statement of the President on his wanting the American forces who are now in Mindanao to leave Mindanao, is, I believe, in line with his announced independent foreign policy. Well, as far as independent foreign policy is concerned, history will confirm that it was the efforts largely of the liberals in 1991 that the extension of the U.S. military bases in the Philippines, the two military bases, Clark and Subic, came to an end during the time that the Senate President was Vito Salonga and the President of the Liberal Party was Vito Salonga. And the Liberal Party was in the forefront of terminating the extension of the military bases in the Philippines. The Liberal Party has been for an independent foreign policy. So as far as the announcement by the President that the Philippines will pursue an independent foreign policy, there will be no problem with the liberals. That has been our principle. The history will show that we have stood by that principle, and we are one with the President on pursuing an independent foreign policy for our nation.
First, I do understand the President's apprehension on interfering with the case of Veloso. Here in the Philippines, thousands are being killed on merits of suspicion. And Veloso, in the case of Veloso, mayroong trial na nangyari. So, naintindihan po natin dyan ang ating Pangulo. Pangalawa, nais ko pong sa aking personal na pagkakaalam, wala pong napapag-usapan ang Liberal Party tungkol po sa impeachment. Talagang po dapat na hindi natin pinag-uusapan ang impeachment. Makakasama po yan sa ating bansa, sa ating ekonomiya. Narito naman po kami, we are in the same boat. Gusto po namin na magtagumpay ang pagkapangulo ni President Duterte dahil isa lang naman tayo, mga Pilipino tayo. Nagkataon lang po na meron kaming role na dapat mabalan at yan yung magbigay o mag-provide ng check and balance. So, we are here in the House on a parliamentary struggle. We are in the opposition to find the check and balance but we do not wish the impeachment of the president. I think the president should also try to appreciate that what we're doing here is also for the country, what we're doing here is for a better government.
Well, far from being the target of an impeachment plot from the Liberal Party, it is the president who might be, so to speak, impeaching himself for his improvident and ill-conceived statements, unmindful of adverse or compromising consequences. So, definitely, there is no plot from the Liberal Party to impeach the president.
Sir, parang what can you say about the impression na parang Trojan horse po kasi it's at least part of the majority and yet the president has been hearing these allegations that it's a Trojan horse plot for the Liberal Party.
Well, there's may LP po sa majority, pero meron naman po LP sa minority. So, sabihin ko po, hindi naman yan first time dito sa ating kongreso na ang isang partido ay nagkakahati between the majority and the minority. Considering na we are not a two-party system government, but a multi-party government.
Yeah, if I may add, no, kung pwedeng dagdagan ko yung sinabi ni Congressman Elise. Now, the fact that there are liberals in the majority and there are liberals in the legitimate minority only shows that the Liberal Party is a democratic party. Within our party, we have the freedom and the right to disagree among ourselves. So it's only for that reason that we have liberals in the majority and liberals in the minority.
Even the stalwarts of the Liberal Party are now with the PDP. Yung mga pangunahing katulong na ni Speaker Alvarez dito, mga dati ng mga Liberal Party.
Those members of the Liberal Party who joined the supermajority do not constitute a Trojan horse. They may be considered a tame stallion. Tame stallion.
Sir, clarify ko lang po, you mentioned about the president making ill-conceived statements. Ano yung mga ill-conceived statements na, sir?
Alam na ninyo yung media. He forced people to know about these ill-conceived utterances are professionals in the media organization.
So do you think that his biggest problem is himself? Well, because I think that's what you said.
Well, I think that before utterances are made by the president, it should be well considered. And he must have the foresight of knowing in advance what would be the consequences of his utterances.
Do you think he's getting enough support or adequate support from his communications team?
I think he's the one communicating himself, not his team.
So what is the purpose of his team?
Well, to make apologies for him.
Sir, are you in favor of pulling out the U.S. forces in Mindanao? I understand they're part of the joint special forces, special
Well-
operations task force. They provide aid to our soldiers who are wounded in the battlefield.
Well,
Under BFA po kasi yun.
Well, ever since I have been against the bases, American bases in the Philippines, and I held the decision of the Senate to not extend the bases agreement. I was also against the BFA and the EDCA. But we all know that no less than the Supreme Court declared the EDCA and the BFA as constitutional. So we have to defer to these agreements. It's no less than the highest court said they are legal and valid.
Sir, but the president always has the power. If the president can enter into agreements, he can also rescind them.
Well, the agreements will have to be forged mutually and also abrogated mutually.
Sir, tama po ba? Kasi VFA cannot be even reviewed unless both parties agreed. Yun yung nakalagay sa VFA. So, can we really abrogate the VFA for that matter? Hindi mo nga siya pwedeng reviewin eh.
Well,
Unless na both the Philippines and the US agree
if
to.
the president would propose that the BFA should be reviewed mutually, then I would even endorse such a proposal because that is consistent with my position of not having American soldiers and weaponry hosted in the Philippines. But in the absence of any abrogation of these two international agreements, the EDCA and the BFA, then they should be part of our legal system. And we have to respect the validity of these two agreements, which would be the basis of American soldiers being hosted in the Philippines.
Or Congressman Alejandro, sir, what do you think is going to be the impact of the pullout of the American pullout of the U.S. forces in case it happens?
Hello, good morning. Well, as of now, wala naman akong sinasabing magpo-pull out, no? But ang nakikita ko kasi, there's a shift in foreign and defense policy right now in the present administration. It's just that the message coming from Malacanang and government officials are conflicting. Ayun nga pong problema sa atin walang maliwanag ho na a message or pronouncement from concerned government officials. May sabihin dito sa kabila na babaguhin. So yun po ang problema na. Pero kung mag-focus po tayo dun sa issue, well, malaking impact po sa atin yan, considering the fact na because of our dependency to United States before when they had bases in the Philippines, we were not able to develop our capabilities to protect our territory because we have been focusing internally addressing our insurgency. We were not able to develop our external capabilities to defend our country. And we're moving towards that, and the United States, in one way or another, is helping us develop that capability. At the same time, while we are going to that direction, the United States is providing us that protection or defense cover for the meantime that we have not really developed that capability. And plus the fact that we have security issues down there in Mindanao na very substantial po ang ating engagement with the United States against terrorism, against Abu Sayyaf. We don't have the technology right now monitoring activities of the Abu Sayyaf. Kaya nga po tinutulungan tayo ng United States sa information gathering, intelligence gathering, kasi bahagi din ito ng anti-terrorism campaign ng United States. And we know for a fact that we have so many kidnapping issues down there in the south, involving Malaysia, Indonesia. So concerned din po ng United States.